Hello, my friend. Just seen somebody come in. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Hoping to get the chat rolling here. Somebody wants to type a message. If there's one of these cars that's right here in front that you'd like to see, be glad to show it to you. I can zoom down in on the turntable. We can take a better look, or I can just hold it in front of the camera. We just decided to do a little random live tonight. Thank you for joining in with us. We appreciate it. We haven't done this a whole lot, so it's kind of a little bit of an experiment for us, if you know what I mean. Hope everybody's doing well out there tonight. Appreciate you tuning in with us, popping in here. That is a DeLorean on the bottom right. Probably, yeah, I'm not going to say the most important DeLorean or the rarest one that I have, but it ranks right up there. I'm fixing to give you a close-up. Bear with me just a second. Throwing on some gloves. Appreciate you asking. Let me get this thing out. Welcome, everybody. So this is indeed a DeLorean. I don't know if you can see those dates there. This is from the 19th annual Hot Wheels Collectors Nationals, which was in Lombard, Illinois, which is like a suburb of Chicago, 2018. This was the dinner model. I don't know if it comes across on here, but this thing is actually, I don't know that it's stainless steel, but it is a metal finish, and it's been hand brushed to look like stainless steel. This is one of the coolest dinner models that I've ever seen. As far as DeLorean goes, I think it's going to be number 2 for me as far as what I have in the collection. And if you stick around just a minute, if you're pretty interested in Back to the Future, I will take this camera off the tripod and take you over here to my curio cabinet and show you my Back to the Future shelf. This is a sweet little model. Got a little details on the base. Real Riders, of course. One of the coolest dinner models ever. Well, what's my favorite? Let me just take a second here. I'm going to pull this camera off. I'm going to walk over here and show you my DeLorean shelf. And I think after I do that, you will definitely understand which one's my favorite. I don't have a whole lot of movie cars. I'm kind of trying to build a little collection. But yeah, that was the dinner model, Lobo Jos. All right. Thank you for the compliment on the nice camera. I think this is a Samsung Galaxy S22. I'm going to give you guys and gals, boys and girls, a little tour here. You can kind of see what I'm working with. Oops, sorry. There is a big banner. I'm going to walk you around office here over here to my curio cabinets. Go ahead and show you my DeLorean collection. There's my 1983 stuff. This is just a little mishmash of everything. Just let me open this cabinet. Sorry if I'm moving too fast. I gotta move one thing real quick. Y'all bear with me. Had something in the way of the other door there. I have been collecting really serious since 2015. But I had Hot Wheels as a kid, of course, like everybody, but I had just graduated high school, like 01, 02 is when I really started to get interested in them. And that right there, back there on the bottom, that's the most detailed DeLorean that they've ever done. That's the one, I think it's 2010 or 2009, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It came in that plutonium case there. And those are some Happy Meals toys there from the, I think, early 90s. That's another one I got over there to crack. This is just kind of randomly laying in here. This is a license plate they only did 500 of. I think this one's actually from LA for the 50th anniversary. And here is a book that our artwork is featured on the front. The book's actually kind of dedicated to us because we actually own a 69 Chevelle wagon. Our brother Eduardo there put a nice little book together on one of our favorite castings and included us in that. Hot Wheels aren't as good like in 2015. Yeah, a lot of things have changed. It really has. Some for the good, some for the bad. Here's a little of my Matchbox collection. This is a little random shelf. A little bit of everything. I got that RLC transformer standing there guarding over some of this stuff. Welcome everybody that's just tuning in. We're just kind of doing a little tour real quick. Showing a few goodies in my curio. All right, I'm going to ease back over here to the turntable. I'll lock this back in. We will continue on. This is just a little case I hadn't got out in a while. It hadn't seen the daylight in a long time. And most of this stuff was already in here, but I threw a few more things in there just to fill it up. Got the turntable out. Do I collect any NASCAR diecast? You know what? I have got a NASCAR diecast right here that I'm kind of excited about, that I've had for a little bit. Generally speaking, I don't have a whole lot of NASCAR. I'll be real honest with you. I've got a few. One that recently kind of re-sparked my interest in NASCAR in general is this one, which he's not with that team anymore. But this is 23XII or 2311, as they call it. Kurt Busch was driving this car. And of course, that's the Nike Jumpman on there. And the car itself is in the elephant print, which is a print off of some of Michael Jordan's shoes. A lot of people don't know or don't realize, and I didn't myself, but Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, the old driver, co-own 2311 race team together. And this was to celebrate a win at, I think, maybe Kansas City. I honestly forget. Of course, this is a couple years old, but I thought that was really cool. I've actually got a couple more of these coming. And so I've been following along. I think actually this driver in the 45, now it's Tyler Reddick. And I think they won the regular season, if I'm not mistaken, this year. But I do like a little NASCAR. I like racing in general. Now, bear with me just a second. I'm going to step over here and see if I have got a couple other NASCAR just handy. I know I had a couple out the other day, but I'm not sure if I left them where I can get to them really quick or not. Taking a quick look. I know one that I've got here. It's not at least NASCAR related. It's not exactly NASCAR. I will show you since you asked. I thought this was pretty cool. Welcome everybody that's just joining in. Please feel free to ask questions. Tell us something you'd like to see. I'd be happy to answer anything we can. Here is Strip Weather, aka the King. But you see the 43 all over this thing. That's Richard Petty all day. My daughter's 4 and she absolutely loves cars. She likes cars in general, like her daddy. Guilty. But this is one that I grabbed for her collection, and I've got a video coming out here pretty soon. It's going to showcase this, a couple other new ones that I got for her. Flip this around. I think this is just the regular Cars movie. There's a few other ones in that mix. I never can find the regular Mater. He is a tough one. Yeah, man, cars are cool. And I'll be honest, Cars came out in like 2004. I was 21, 22 already, but lots of my friends that I went to high school with and stuff, their kids that I'd be around always have these on and stuff, and they kind of grew on me. Of course, now that I have a daughter, and they're still a thing. Cars is super, super cool. And I got one more piece here handy. We're talking about NASCAR. Also number 43. Looks like the man. You got his little signature there, Mr. Richard Petty. This, if I'm not mistaken, Reese's Puffs. I think this came out of a cereal box. My buddy who actually did that book that I was looking at earlier, that I was showing you guys in my curio, Eduardo, or my brother Ed, he sent me this recently in a little rogue box. Reese's Puffs. Richard Petty, gotta love it. Pretty classic. Got Cheerios on the back. Pretty neat little model. Yeah, that STP blue, it's really amazing. We have a Dodge Challenger, and ours is a 2013. I'm not exactly sure what year model the one that Richard Petty did, but they do a lot of custom stuff. Him and one or two of his sons. It's just called Petty's Garage. If you've never heard of that, you ought to kind of YouTube that sometime and check it out. But they did a big old wing on the back. They basically took a new Mopar or a newer Mopar, like, a modern Dodge Challenger, from like 08 to 23. I don't know exactly what year model, if it was the one like mine, the older style from 13, back, or if it was like the 15, 16 and up. But they put a wing on the back of that thing and made a modern Dodge Challenger into a Superbird. And it was really neat. I had a NASCAR, it was red and I lost it. Oh man. There's a lot of cars that move in and just different stuff like that through the years that I've misplaced. I keep threatening to go back to where my mom's house and the house that I grew up in used to sit, where my sandbox used to be, and take my metal detector. I'm almost positive there's some Hot Wheels and Matchbox still buried in some of those caves that I made as a kid. Welcome everybody that's just tuning in. See, it's like there's 7 people in the chat now. Appreciate y'all tuning in with me. We're just having a little fun here, just checking out some cars, talking cars. I'm glad to have y'all with me. I just put my little monkey to bed. I say monkey, I mean my daughter. And so we're just looking at some cars, going through some things that I haven't in a while. Let's see how this goes, how many people end up in here. If you guys, gals, boys, girls, if y'all are interested, I got a couple of mail calls here that I actually haven't opened yet, that I could do a little crack session while we're live, just for the fun of it. I don't know if y'all noticed this one spinning. I think this was the first mainline release of this, but I absolutely love these. This is the Mercedes AMG, or actually Mercedes-Benz AMG 6x6 G63. I think they only made like 2 or 3 of these, like in real life, that is. But this is one of the coolest Matchbox. Honestly, this is one of the castings, as far as in the modern times, that really got me back in to Matchbox. This model debuted in, oh, what was it? I think it was Toy Fair, and it was like a satin orange, really cool. Um, but it's really expensive. I've never been able to pull the trigger on that one myself, but this has got a lot of nice details. Tampos on the front, tampos on the back, you know, the sides, got the Matchbox back there. I just love that color. It's just really kind of an off-white. Almost reminds me of like a little bit of a seashell color. But that's a casting that I got pretty passionate about and decided to collect a lot of. Then this other section here, I've got 3 more of those, I think. Show y'all a few more of those if you're interested. Thanks again for hanging out with me and tuning in. There's something else that you see right here that you'd like to have a closer look at, just let me know. If there's something else in my collection you got a question about, or that you'd like to see or like to hear more about, be happy to share that with you. Hope everybody can hear me really good. I didn't do a sound check before I started this, but I've got my cordless mic on to where hopefully you can hear me pretty good. This case right here is one of those, actually one of the first little stand-up Hot Wheels cases. I really like these. It's got the feet, and the feet tuck in the bottom part of this on the back side. And of course, you can see the screw hole right through there. You can pop a couple of screws up, hang this thing right on the wall. You can put the feet on it and just stand it. Pretty neat little storage piece. I'm going to grab another one of these AMGs. Looks pretty nice in this high metallic silver. I think that this one actually may be in Jurassic Park. If I'm not mistaken, if memory serves me correct. All right, it's just me and one of you. Whoever you are, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging with me. Isn't that yellow cool? The fender flares, which I think is actually part of the base on this, are awesome. Got a spare in the back. These are just too cool. Too stinking cool. I love the yellow. Really do. I've got one more of these. Hope everybody's having an awesome Saturday. In case you're wondering what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, it's going to be, speaking of racing, I think NASCAR is back on tomorrow. Not 100% sure on that. I do watch NASCAR occasionally, but not a whole lot. What is on tomorrow, and I'm sure that is the Las Vegas Formula One, which is actually probably going on right now as we speak. It was like a midnight race, but I'll be checking that out tomorrow on my F1 channel. Another high metallic silver, looking really good. Can't remember the series on some of these. I have to look them up. Grab the other one here so you can kind of see. This is more like gunmetal, and this looks more champagne. Seeing them there together. Well, thanks again for tuning in with me, friends. You're all doing awesome. Getting cold out there. We're actually having some real deal fall weather around here. Not sure about where you are. We're in the western portion of Tennessee. It was about 32 this morning. Earlier today, Saturday, was the opening day of deer season here, opening day of rifle. And I missed that, sadly. But I had a good day hanging with my daughter. I wouldn't change that. But I'm hoping maybe next week get a day to get out in the woods with the good Lord. See if I can't harvest an animal. Love some deer jerky. Love some deer burgers. I'm one of those people that actually started hunting for the harvest. Had some deer burgers from one of my family friend from church giving us some ground, and got another friend that slow roasted a deer tenderloin, and that thing never even made it to a plate. It was really amazing. Well, does anybody have any questions about the cars in front of us? Is there something that I can pull out here and show you? Got a lot of cars in my office. I think there's about, I really don't know because I've been stuffing that curio cabinet. I think there's about 800 cars on display in here, roughly. Somewhere between 600 and 800. I'd be glad to show you anything that you want to look at, anything that might interest you tonight. Can y'all hear me okay? So the top left, if I'm not mistaken, and thanks for the question, I think this is a Bugatti. Tablet Lego, I don't know how you say it. Let's see. Let's take a look. Okay, so it's not on the base. Bear with me just a second. I have got my 83. I love the little tire on the back. It's almost a double. Give me just a second. I'm going to go take a glance at this 1983 poster because I think that model, I think there was one of those in 1983, and the poster will tell me what it is. It's either Bugatti or Tablet Lago or something like that. Let me see here. Okay, that is a 1937 Bugatti. I'm going to pull a couple more out of my 1983 case over here. That way we got some variety to look at together. All right, bear with me just a second. I'm on my way back. All right, so I was right. 1937 Bugatti. Really, really cool. I just recently rejoined Facebook, and I get a lot of ads and stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I guess I don't buy a lot from there, but I look at it a lot. And somebody just a couple towns over from me has I think it was a 1929 Mercedes. Looks really, really eerily similar to this. And so this one, a little different. This is plastic on the back. This one is too, but they sprayed it. This one, they just left it black. And of course, the windows, this has normal clear. This one has the yellow and got the flames. Both are metal base. So I brought a couple from my 1983 collection. I really like this colorway, not just because it's from my birth year, but just because it's cool. I like the blue windows in that. The black and red is just classic. The white wall tires. This one, I think, actually was one of mine when I was a kid, missing a headlight up there on the front. That's not too big a deal. Don't know if this one, oh, check it out. The older ones have 37 Bugatti on the base. So, can't believe Bugatti went from cars going 50 miles an hour. I know, right? They had really humble beginnings, honestly. They're pretty amazing. And so here's another one. And from this angle, they look the same, right? It's essentially this out. This is one of those neat little 80s airs. Just got a normal black wall on the other side there. So funny. The one side is white, and you can tell, yeah, it's been played with and stuff, but I don't think that anybody, you can see it's not even really that scratched. I don't think anybody took the time to scrape all the white wheel off of that. I thought that was neat. That's one of those, I can't remember which way is Hot Wheels facing, which way is Matchbox, but a lot of times you don't realize you've got errors, tampo errors and stuff until you pop things out of the package. It's funny we talk about bring up errors. I had a cool one today. I posted a video recently, like just in the last couple of days, of a Mattel employee only released coupe clip. They call it the M Racer, I think, or something like that. I ordered this thing off the internet, finally found one for what I felt like was a halfway decent price. Put that video out on YouTube. Never dawned on me at all. Guy sent me a message on there today. He's got in the comments and he said, "Do you have an error there?" He's like, "I noticed it doesn't have 23 on the side." I'm thinking 23 on the side. I'm like, what? And so I went back. 23 was for 2023 because this was last year's holiday model that they gave to all of the employees that worked in the factories, right? So anyway, I pulled this thing back out. I was pretty amazed. Super happy to have one of these. But you'll notice that mine, and they do call it the M Racer, but it's the coupe clip. Don't let them fool you. It's just the employee only name. Nothing on the side here, right? And you'll see on the top, this thing has got tampos. And you probably may or may not be able to see it. Well, yeah, you can. You can see Mattel there on the back quarter panel. You can't really see it, or it's hard to capture in this, but this has 23 on the side. It's supposed to have Mattel back here on the back quarter panel and the number 23 in a little white circle right there. So I have got a 23 Mattel employee, exclusive release tampo error, which is kind of insane to me. I thought that was so cool. Isn't that funny? That ain't what I paid for it. I don't know if this is a blister from something else. I'll flip this down in case anybody wanted to read that there. Basically just wishing everybody happy holidays. And you can see there the keychain. They're calling it the M Racer. But you can even look at the base of this thing. I don't want to shake this one around too much. See right there at the top, coupe clip. Can't believe I got a tampo error on that. It's pretty crazy. I don't buy a lot of errors, and I don't go looking for them. I've bought a few that are some of my favorite castings, but it's not something that I just seek out. It's kind of being in a small town, in a rural area. And you go to the pegs and it's the same stuff over and over. You go back to the store and when you look at the pegs before you even get up to them good, that it's the same stuff that you've been looking at forever and ever. And so I end up being Inspector Gadget. I look at the base and I go, is it spun together? Are all the wheels right? Do they match the card art? Does it have a windshield? Is the color right? Is there overspray? Is there anything on it that shouldn't be? And when you get to looking at stuff like that, you really be amazed at what you can find. It's pretty wild. I tell you, speaking of errors, I've got another one right here behind me that just came to mind. I think this would be kind of cool. I got something here in a minute that's pretty cool. I'm going to crack. We're going to have a crack session, guys, gals, boys, girls. So this recently came out, right? It's not new, but it is a P case. We haven't seen this in a long time. It's the Hover Storm, which is basically a hovercraft. Pretty cool. I've always thought this was a little casting. But then looking at this, it took me back. And this is one of those that, top's obviously blue, base is brown, middle section is black, it's two-tone, if you will. So this got me to thinking about some of the older ones that I have. I think this being the oldest one. Love that green. What's going on here? See that white behind there? This one has two black sections. you know, the both pieces of the base are supposed to be there. They're not. That was totally missing. They didn't miss the rivets. It's obviously spun together and everything. Isn't that hilarious? Completely missing a section. That also has some of the little pieces there that you'd be able to see. And then here is one a couple years later. I'm a first responder, so I always like these rescue. And this is one that's two-tone, white and red. And you see right through to the back white section is not there. And I haven't, you know, I look at errors sometime when I'm at toy shows and stuff like that and conventions, but that's kind of a bit unique, you know, especially for me to find basically the same kind of error, not once, but twice. Okay, sorry, I missed your question. So took, lifted to a whole nother level. Are you talking about the Bugatti or the AMG 6x6? My friend. And thanks for interacting with me. Super cool to have somebody asking questions, and it's good to get to know some other collectors and interact with some people. Oh, okay. Yeah, it does look lifted with that piece missing. Pretty neat. And I just noticed too that these all have different wheels, like blacked out 5-spokes on the bottom, and then maybe OH5, and I forget what you even call these. I can't keep up anymore. There's so many wheels coming out. Here's something that I just recently re-uncovered. Green Speed series, and I don't know if that was the very first one. Probably not, because it didn't have new on the card, but I forgot the Tesla's already been done like 2 or 3 times. And I think I've got all the regular main lines. I can't believe what people are paying for these. I think it's the people who have been able to afford to buy a Tesla. You know, if you can drive $100,000 car, you can pay $30 for a mainline, but it's pretty unreal, almost ungodly what this casting's going for. I had forgot that I even had one of these, honestly. But something else I was going to show you, this little guy here. I had ordered this and put it in a protector and stuff, which this one, I think here, I think the one that's in here is actually, at least blister wise, is the one in worse shape. I don't know, the card is nice. The blister is a little banged up. So then you got this one. Well, the card on it looks pretty decent too. Not bad. But see, the blister is really nice. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one with the nicer blister, put it back in here. What are you trying to get, my friend? You want to get one of those Teslas? And by that, are you talking about the diecast? Or are you thinking about getting one in real life, or both? I've seen several running around here. So this piece, 2008 Maisto SRT8. So when the Dodge Challenger came out in 2008, oh, awesome! You're going to get a Challenger. That's awesome. Challengers rock. And I may be a little biased, but they do. As far as modern cars go, one of the coolest muscle cars of the modern era, period. Change my mind. I'll wait. I'm here all night. So when the Dodge Challenger came out in 2008, you could only get it in SRT8 at first, which is pretty cool. It had a 6.1 liter Hemi in there. And these were, and you'll notice there's no place to hang these. That's because these were a promo piece that were made exclusively for either the Chicago Auto Show or SEMA or both. And Dodge had Maisto make these. I was trying to see if it actually even had it yet. It just says 2008 on there. But I don't know if they sold some of these or just handed them out or what. Oh, cool. In Hot Wheels form. Go for like 60K or more. The 60K, are you talking about the Teslas? Is that like a base Cybertruck 60K? But anyway, so this model, yeah, I've decided to order a couple of these. I've actually got it in 3 colors, and I drive a 2013 black Dodge Challenger, and so this actually, and the wheels look really nice on this, especially for a Maisto. These are super nice. You can see the brake calipers behind there. You can see the lug nuts. Pretty insane, really. And if you look close, yeah, that's right, Real Riders, baby. Looks like it's sitting on Real Riders too. I've been dying to open one of these because it's basically my car, except for a few little minor differences. So anyway, without further ado, thanks for joining everybody that's here. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. We'd be happy to look at some stuff that you want to see, dig some things out. Oh, that's just dirty, I guess. That's the backside. Check that out. Nice little details. Got the 6.1 Hemi there. You got the Dodge logo on the hood. Nice tampos on the front. Really nice tampos on the back. Ain't that sweet? And those are rubber tires. I didn't notice until now. The paint, better than I thought. I thought it was black enamel. But now that I've got it in the light, I can actually, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a little sparkle in there. I don't think my car has any sparkle at all, which when this came out the first year in 2008, it may have been a base coat, clear coat, just a regular automotive paint with some metallic in it. But that's not what my car is. My car's in pitch black. Yeah, I've been wanting to crack one of these. That's cool. Now I got one loose. I'll probably paint these wheels black because I've got factory 20s that are these exact wheels, but only blacked out. Teslas go for 140,000. Challengers go for 60,000 or more. Oh, okay. Well, it honestly, friend, it all depends on what you want and where you're buying and stuff like that. Like the Teslas, I think when you ordered them, I think they're about 90, 100K, something like that. I've seen a Cybertruck around here for sale for right around 100. And like Challengers, it's the same thing. It just kind of depends on what you want and how old and stuff. There's not a lot of options, obviously, with the Tesla because it's so new and it's the only model out. But the Challengers, I mean, they really vary widely. There's some V6 models that you can get one with 100,000 miles or better on it for around 10 grand. I've seen some for sale around here. But then if you're looking at an RT like ours, you're looking at more like 25 to 35. But now the scat packs and stuff like that, that may be what you're talking about. I'm sorry if I misunderstood. As far as the SRT, or what originally they called it SRT8, but now it's called a scat pack. You're right. Those are around 60K. It's actually a guy that works with me. Went to test drive one a couple days ago. He was looking at a 2023 Dodge Charger scat pack. And of course, being a 2023, it's got the last call plate under the hood and stuff like that. I think he said it was about 62,000. So you're pretty spot on the 60K. Those Teslas are neat. But I don't think they're $100,000 neat. If I'm dropping $100,000 on something, it's going to be a rental property. Don't think it would be on a Tesla. And somebody in town here where I work, they have one that, if you see that in any color other than, stainless steel, it's been customized or got a wrap on it. The guy's got a black one. And honestly, it looks pretty slick. It looks a little better in the black than the stainless, but nonetheless, pretty cool. I've seen about three or four running around the city I work in. I work for I think it's the 8th largest city in our state. I'm a firefighter and EMT, in case anybody's watching and wondering or didn't know. I'm a firefighter. I love it. Took me a long time to get that job, but it was well worth it. Pretty cool to be able to help people for a living. Not always easy to see people on their worst day every day that you work, but it's nice to feel like you make a little bit of a difference. All right, I am fixing to run in here real fast. I'm going to grab a couple of more cars. I appreciate y'all being patient and staying with me. Hope everybody's doing awesome out there. Just hang tight just a minute. Be thinking about something you'd like to see. I'd like to pull some more cars out. People who want to go to auction in Chicago for cars. I got a Mustang. Yeah, sometimes those auctions can be really awesome. I used to work with a guy, my assistant store manager at the job that I had before being a firefighter. His uncle would go to these government auctions. I think they're government or maybe local government. He was in the Memphis market. He'd go to these auctions and buy motorcycles and cars and trucks just like insanely cheap. It kind of blew my mind a little bit. He got some really, really great deals on some stuff. A lot of it, he wasn't really reselling it. He had a business that he was running that he needed a lot of vehicles and motorcycles for, and he would buy a lot of them and use them for that. All right, everybody, hang tight just a second. I'll be back in like a minute or two. I don't really know a lot about this live, and I don't want to cut the whole video, so I'm just going to mute my mic, and I'll be right back. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around, everybody. I am back. I think show a couple of old school red lines. And I'm also going to show a super that I just traded another super for. I was super I keep saying super, I'm sorry. I was very fortunate to be able to recently get on some fresh cars, right place, right time. And I ended up finding 6 '83 Silverado Supers. Just about blew my mind. I had to like leave the store and take the pictures later. Like I was kind of shaking in the store. But I ended up taking care of the people who take care of me first. I gave a close friend of mine here in town that helps me a lot with the channel. I gave him one. I gave a couple other good close friends of mine that are always hooking me up with stuff in diecast, selling me stuff for cost, or broking me stuff all the time. Random act of kindness, giving me things basically, or giving me huge discounts. So anyway, kept one for myself. That's 4. Traded 2. This is one that I just recently got in. Ford versus Ferrari is one of my favorite movies of all times. I missed this Ford GT40 in the wild. I never could find one. Isn't that a beauty? This is one, as far as super, that I was just incredibly excited to get. I don't have just a ton of supers, aside from the ones that I found in the wild or friends have given me over the years, and even some that me and my lovely wife found together. Isn't that cool? I got a couple of red lines here that I just recently got in. I don't know if this one has the name on the bottom. It does. There we go. This is the Bug Eye. And I think this is from 1972, if I'm not mistaken. The red glass means Hong Kong. So this has kind of got what some people refer to as the deep dish red line. Wheels look pretty decent on this. It's definitely pre-loved, pre-played with, obviously you can tell. But just really cool. Pretty neat casting in this color. I think they called it fluorescent pink. This was a baggy car from a Shell promotion. There's the motor. Pretty neat. I'm starting a little collection for my daughter, because she's definitely into cars. Not because I've made her be, because she just genuinely likes cars. And thought that's so cool. My brother Hank made me a really nice deal on this. He stumbles into some deals that you just almost wouldn't believe sometimes. That's one that he recently found and made me a nice deal on. Here is another one. This one, really funny. This is the Hot Wheels strip teaser. It says 1970 right on the base, but these were 71 or 72, I think is when the Shell promo was. But check out that motor. I bet somebody did some customizing with that back in the day, pulled that big thing out of there. And this is fluorescent orange, or not fluorescent orange, fluorescent neon green, I think is what they called that. Fluorescent neon pink is the one I just showed you. And this one, oddly enough, of course, you're seeing the motor there. They did a little piece in there, kind of like a little separate interior in black plastic for this one. Sorry, I lost the focus there for a minute. Those of you sticking with me, I appreciate you. Good to have y'all here with me. Guess it's technically Sunday morning now. Little driver seats. That's a little cockpit area. Thought that was cool. Well, I am up for questions. Ask me anything. Tell me something that you'd like to see. I will dig it out. Chances are I have one here in the office on display, or something close to it, pretty handy. There's something particular that y'all like to look at. I'm going to pull a couple that I got right here handy. New for 2024, Porsche 911 Raptor. Pretty sweet little Hot Wheels that's been making quite the buzz. Then right here, I kept wondering, why does that look so familiar to me? Well, that's because a few years ago, Matchbox, look at that card art out in the desert. Isn't that cool? 85 Porsche 911 Rally. Looking nice. I think those make a pretty cool duo. I covered those video recently, but I thought, hey, while we're here, you may or may not have seen them. Got them loose right here on top. There is your Porsche. Pretty good fender flares made into the base. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's part of the interior. The base is black. It's even cooler. I don't customize yet, but that gas can, that tire just screaming to be painted up there. Isn't that neat? Then here is obviously much more modern car. This is the new Hot Wheels. Pretty cool. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the Diecast community. Thank you for tuning in with me tonight. I like those. I just think those look pretty neat together. I had to crack them and talk about them. Pretty cool. I got a couple of other new Matchbox. Maybe a trend here. Went down the rabbit hole here recently on the Matchbox. Honestly, kind of surprised to see this on the page. Found two of these recently. 62 Ford Anglia. Of course, this is the moving parts. Has opening doors and opening trunk. Cool. Harry Potter Wizarding World. That was pretty neat. This is a new assortment of moving parts. And last but not least, when it comes to those, here's another one that a lot of people have been excited about, including myself. How about a 95 Chevy C 1500? The gold is sweet. Looks like that tailgate goes down, hood comes up. This is the only one I found. I haven't been brave enough to get it out of there yet, but I probably will at some point. Pretty cool. I'll tell you what, we were talking about NASCAR earlier, and about cars in general. I'm going to go ahead while I'm right here. I got another interesting cars. Jason Roadkey. Due for 2024. I don't remember him. Kind of makes me wonder. My name's Jason, by the way. Makes me wonder if he's supposed to be Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Well, it looks like everybody's gone. I'm here all alone. That's okay. Oh, maybe everybody's not gone. My little ticker is playing tricks on me. If y'all are here, type a message in the chat if you don't mind. Give me a thumbs up. Shows 2 people now. I hope that you're here. It kind of flashes around. I appreciate everybody being with me. It's pretty fun. Pretty random of me to do this tonight, but I've really enjoyed it. Try to look around here and see what else interesting that I've got that I could show you tonight. See, I know one thing that I have. I actually grabbed the box and all. Ain't that funny? Mystery Models Series 3 I always like the artwork on these. It's kind of winter wonderlandy. See all that snow back there? That cool. Like number 1's the 84 Audi Sport Quattro. Number 2, 89 Porsche 944 Turbo. Number 3, Subaru WRX STI Street Creeper. I should have bought one just for that. Was such a big joke for a while. The Street Creeper. I love the HW Ollie Rocket. I'm going to open that one here in just a minute. Just thought I'd show you the rest. I think my brother Doug got some of those carbides. That's my coupe. Speed Spider. That fun. These are neat. They're basically just the same exact price as just regular mainline. They're like $1.18. I picked up a few of these and just decided to grab the box to have something cool to put them in. Now bear with me just a second. I'm going to look here. Going to hear a little crinkling of my bag. Let's see. I may have grabbed one of these by mistaken. Let me go back and see what number 4 is. Is that the Ollie Rocket? Yes, number 4 is Ollie Rocket. Okay. I've got some of these at work from a different assortment with some Bone Shakers. I think Bone Shaker was also number 4. So here you have it. Mystery Models Series 3 2024. And if you don't know about Mystery Models, when you look at those numbers, they show you those numbers for a reason on the side of the box. You flip these over, and usually when you pull these out of the bin, they're going to look just like that, right? If you flip this up right there, it's going to be a number T20, whatever. We don't care about the first part. The last part, /04 in this case, is car number 4. This should be the Ollie Rocket if we're right on that. You can already see that it is. Let's look at that sticker first. Sticker's pretty dope. I like that. HW Ollie Rocket. Oh man, that is cool. I like it. Got the number 4 right there. Glad I picked up a few of these. That is looking great. Ollie Rocket 2015. I think it was 2014 when this first came out. Little history, little back note on this. A lot of people don't know it, don't realize it. It's one of the reasons why I collected and love this casting so much. So this is called the Ollie Rocket because the little boy who designed this car, his name was Oliver in real life. And Ollie was his nickname. And Ollie, or Oliver E., he had cancer. And it's no stranger that Mattel and Hot Wheels have always been a pretty big part of Make-A-Wish. Well, little Oliver E., who's from somewhere in the UK, one of his final wishes, or final wish, if you was, he wanted to go to the Hot Wheels Design Center and design a Hot Wheels car. And so they flew him and his family down to El Segundo, California, to the Hot Wheels headquarters. And Ollie spent a whole entire day with the team. Everybody on the Hot Wheels team that day wore shirts with Ollie's name and stuff on them. And little Ollie, along with the help of some designers, he sketched this out. And those are like jet turbines off of a plane. Obviously you can see the wing and stuff. But there's 2 or 3 different major influences on this as far as how they came up with it. But this is what he came up with. This is the Ollie Rocket. This is about the 6th, maybe 7th version that they've put out. But that first one that they did was a special colorway, and it had a little bit of Ollie's story on the back. And the best part of the whole thing is that Oliver E. is alive and well. He beat cancer, and last I checked and heard, he is still, over in the UK doing good and thriving. And thank God for that. I just think that's so neat, and that's a little backstory for you there on the Ollie rocket. Super cool. Glad to have that. Pretty neat. I'll put him on display here very soon. If you're just tuning in or been here with us a while, either way, appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for interacting. If you want to type a message in the chat, let me know something you'd like to see. Let me know something you haven't seen in a while. I will be happy to dig out some cool cars to show you. If there's something right in front of you that you'd like to see more of or know more about, or anything in my collection or on my page, I would absolutely love to tell you about it, show you about it. We're just hanging out here tonight at IDG, which is short for International Diecast Garage. Just chilling, talking cars, having fun. That's what it's all about. I tell people all the time at Hot Wheels conventions and toy shows and stuff like that, that the little cars are really just a catalyst for something much bigger. The best part of this hobby is the people. It's you and me. That's what it's all about. I'm going to pop one of these out. If you know me or you followed anything with my channel recently, you know I love some wagons. This is a super cool one. I've always loved the color on this. And the wood crane and the dogs hanging out of the back. Yeah, I was going to say it does have it. Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. Made in Thailand, where most Matchbox comes from. Is that not a pretty casting? I love that. I don't have all these, but I'd love to have them all someday. That's probably my favorite as far as wagons go in the Matchbox. And then the neighbor here, get him out of there. Really cool. Gold color, high metallic gold, also with the wood grain. Black interior on this one. You just barely see the pups hanging out the back. Almost feel like, let me pull this out. I like they changed this at some point. Yeah, they sure did. Because you see back here, there is no rivet whatsoever. You see the puppies are right there together. Now this one, you see the big rivet in the back. They changed this at some point. Not sure they changed it for the better. I don't know if this is the newer one, but you see the puppies are separated. There's a big rivet down the middle. Pretty interesting, right? Hoping this is the newer one. Always wagon time here at IDG. Love some station wagons. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. Let's pull this one out. This is a really nice looking wagon. These were called the Sapphire. Really pretty blue. Almost kind of reminds me of 69 Chevelle blue or 69 Chevelle wagon blue. It's about like the color that my 69 Chevelle wagon originally came in. But for Matchbox, it was 65th anniversary. They called it Sapphire. And these were a chase. A little series of chases. I think there was about 6 of them. Yeah, so this is the older ones, I think, with the big rivet down the middle. See the pups there separated by that. Love the that color blue and the interior being tan just works nice. So I've got one more sapphire in this case here. There's also chased that year. That's cool. You can see the 65th anniversary right there. Let me put this wagon back and we'll take a better look at this one. That is your Ford Raptor, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. These are pretty high the last time I looked. It'd be silly for having opened them, but I like to play with my car sometime. Ford F-150 SVT Raptor 2010. Isn't that cool? Super neat color. I like it. Just tuning in. If you're just getting here, let us know something that you see right here that you'd like to see. Let us know something that you don't see here that you'd like to see. I would be happy to go pull something out of one of my cases, out of a curio cabinet, to show you. There's something that you can think of that you'd like to see. Just put it in the chat. I'm all eyes and ears. I think unless somebody suggests something different, I think I'm fixing to take a look at some 67 Camaros. Always a winner chicken dinner when it comes to diecast. Hope everyone out there is doing well. If you wanted to pop it up in the chat, I would love to know. A couple folks that are still with me here. Where are you from? What part of the world are you in? Is anybody outside the U.S. that's here? Hello, everyone. Where's everybody from? Somebody pop something in this chat for me. Let me know what part of the world you're in. Let me know what kind of diecast you collect. What's something you'd like to see? Love to hear from you. We're just hanging out tonight, looking at some diecast cars together. Having a good time on this little Saturday. Randomly decided to do a little live, and glad I did. We've had a good time so far. Been good. Hope you're all doing good. Who is that still with me? Will you leave a message in the chat? Don't be scared. I'm here for you just as much as I'm here for me. I want to know what you'd like to see. Where are you from? What do you collect? What's your favorite casting? Love to know. This is an old case that I just dug out of retirement. Sitting here looking at the Datsun 510 rallies. Those are cool. There's a nice baby blue one coming out. I think it's a 2025 Matchbox. Probably going to be in the A case, the first case that they drop here in the next month or so for the next collector year. I've actually got a fresh case of Matchbox in there in my kitchen. And a good friend of mine, Brother Doug, one of our supporters and co-collaborators, co-conspirators, co-host, Dougie, is coming over tomorrow, and we're going to do a little Matchbox unboxing. That will probably end up being my Matchbox Monday video. Today we dropped a video about Super Saturday with featuring the 83 Silverado. Speaking of 83 Silverado, since nobody suggested anything, I think I will just grab one and just show you. I recently was very fortunate, very lucky, end up at the right place at the right time. I was able to get on 2024 Hot Wheels Q case, which is the last one for the year. That around. That's from the Q. Then and now. There she is in all her glory. I have to admit, this one looks even better in person. That Spectre Flame Blue is pretty nice. I love that they put the Chevrolet across the tailgate there. I think that one looks fab. Now, I traded one of these for one of these. And I've got another big box here handy that I'm going to be probably doing a feature video of in the next couple of days that I also traded one of those Silverados for. It's a big, heavy box all the way from Alaska. But it worked out good. The gentleman I traded it to was really adamant, really happy to get what I sent him. And I was super happy to get what he sent me. Looking forward to showing everybody what that's all about here sometime soon. Hope everybody's doing good on this Sunday morning. At least it's Sunday morning here. Not sure exactly what time it is. I don't have my watch handy. Been on here for quite a little while. Had fun though. Pretty cool. I had to get to interact with everybody a little bit. Maybe one of these days I'll get myself together and we'll actually put it out there and plan to do a live. I'd love to do some giveaways. We have got a ton of cars and got some pretty big milestones coming up. We're not too many months out from hitting 3,000 subscribers on the channel here, which is incredible. We're already past 1 million views, which is insane. And we're on our way. And we got all of you to thank for that. And we are really thankful. Makes us want to keep doing it. We've got so much more stuff in store. Hopefully, got a Q case, US Q case coming from our distributor here soon. We'll actually do an official Q case unboxing on our channel as well as the upcoming Matchbox M case, which is the last case for 2024 on the Matchbox. It should be a good time. Sure appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope that you're all doing awesome out there. Good morning. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we're glad that you're here. We're going to watch F1 today. Pretty excited about it. Got a feeling in the back of my mind that Max Verstappen is going to be the champion again. I don't know if any of you watch F1 or how you feel about that, but that's my gut feeling. I'm about to pull a casting off here. Everybody that I know collects Hot Wheels likes and appreciates a little 67 Camaro. I like that style letter in there that they did on the Hot Wheels. Isn't the paint on this thing pretty? Isn't that awesome? One of the most iconic cars. Definitely one of the most iconic Hot Wheels ever. Nice little metal base there. Hot Wheels 67 Camaro, and you'll see Mattel Incorporated 1982. A lot of people get confused and they think that that date on the bottom is somehow the date of the car, and it's not. That means that Mattel acquired the licensing rights for this casting from Chevrolet in 1982. I know, this casting came out in 1983 for the first time, but this one is like late 90s. This is an old race team, but a pretty one. Get that hood up, have a little closer look. They even painted it under the hood, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, because you see the front grille, the rear grille and bumper, and the base, all just Zamek, right? If you'll notice, that's high metallic silver paint on the engine. They took the time to paint the motor. Pretty sure that was a little variation on that one. Speaking of 1983, you know what I just happen to have over here on the wall? Every single car from 1983 and several variations of those. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to pull the debut 67 Camaro from 1983 out to show you. Now, this one ain't perfect. No Hot Wheels that I've ever seen are. Check this baby out. It's iconic. Love, love, love the flames on this. They put the 67 Camaro right on the side. Windshield having some little issues in there, doing a little falling down. This one's got a little pre-love, a little play wear. I made a little trade on this one for my good buddy, brother Cecil, who's over in Canada. I'm just glad to have one of these in decent shape in the collection, honestly. But this is also stamped 1982 like the other one, and this is a 1983 release. That is when this debuted. Oh, I remember that now. You can see the windshield moves a little bit when you open the hood, but that's okay. I think this one, you get to see it's just raw metal in there. It's not a painted engine. Still super cool though. Even though it's got a little issue and stuff, hey, no biggie. Still a really neat car. So let's take a little trip fast forward to, I think, and don't quote me on this, 2016, something like that. Brought it back, baby. Look at that classic livery. It's obviously different wheels. A little more touched up on some of the details. Isn't that cool, though? Love that. And now, fixing to take it to the next level. Stand by. Fixing to go get back in my case one more time. This will be worth the wait. By the way, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Don't be scared to drop a comment in the feed here, or a text, or whatever. Say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you collect. Tell us something you'd like to see. We'd love to hear from you. But we're just glad you're here. I want to pull that back up. You know what they did with this one? They made another one. It looks just a little bit different, doesn't it? Right off the bat, you can see the bigger wheel. And the chrome's a little blinding on the camera. Check that out. Your Spectre Flame Candy Red on that. Laid over bare metal. No base coat necessary. Flames look awesome. Love the wheels. Love the stance and the rake of this one. A friend of mine in South Carolina, Taylor, And thank you, brother, again. I know you're probably not watching, but maybe you'll catch this live another time after it's posted. He sent me this car. So cool. He found some extras and sent that to me. You can see the real riders. But so let me get this right. Pretty sweet. Original 83 release on the bottom. Throwback tribute from around 2016-17 circa. And super duper version of that on the top. Is that not cool? I think it's cool. I hope y'all think it's cool. Let me know something you'd like to see. I'll pull it out for you. I'm going to put these back in the case. I love cordless. Oh, sweet. Have to put these back while I'm thinking about it. I'll be in here tomorrow going, where'd my cars go? Who moved that? Who's been messing with my stuff? I know it'd only be one person. My little mini-me. She likes cars like her daddy. Guilty. That's okay. Hope that you're all having a wonderful little Sunday morning. Appreciate you tuning in with us. We're glad you're here. I'm fixing to rock on with the 67 Camaros. I'm sitting here looking and I completely forgot to show you another one. Like DJ Khaled, another one that goes with this. Changed up the color of the tampos a little bit. And the wheels. And the interior. Isn't that cool? Love that. I'm going to have to put those together. 4 of those should just be together. Isn't that awesome? Little Walmart exclusive Zamek. Pretty cool. Black plastic base. Black grill. Blue interior. Honestly, and I've got a few of these carded. One of the coolest Zameks they ever released. I got super lucky and got on a whole bin of those. And I'll just be honest with you, I didn't leave any. I didn't. I'm not upset about it. But anyway, sometimes I do leave cars for others. I didn't that day. Here is 67 Camaro. I forget what exact series this is from. I just love the colorway on this one. This is totally making me want to get out and get some more 67 Camaros. It's just a super, super cool. Heck of a casting. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Love to hear from you. If you want to pop a message in the chat, let us know where you're from. Let us know something you'd like to see. Be happy to pull some more cars out for you. This is another one from 2018. I know because it got that big 50th on the side. You can tell that's a little Spectre flamey paint there. Isn't that pretty? Flat black top, flat black racing stripes, blue Spectre flame. Riding on black walls that they've added the red line to. 50th anniversary on the side, even lighter blue interior. Metal base. I think I may still have a couple of these carded. Hope I do, because this was a killer release. The motor's nice and detailed in there. Isn't that cool? Awesome. For the faithful few, I am glad you're here. Let me just tell you, appreciate you being here. I did not realize, wow, we just hit 100 or an hour and 25 minutes. I'm going to let this thing ride out to about an hour and a half. So got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to show you one more 67 Camaro, and then I think I'm going to grab one other casting or two here. So if you have any questions for me, if you want to say hi, tell me where you're from, tell me one of your favorite castings, ask to see something, now is the time. because we are going to be getting off here soon. We got to get a little bit of sleep so that we'll be ready to watch Formula One racing in Las Vegas, Nevada tomorrow. I believe this was from Walmart. This is 50th anniversary or something. I don't know. I forget. It was some kind of special series or 100 years of Chevy, maybe. I don't know. But love the colorway. Love the stripes. This one has a bare metal. There is a variation of this one where they painted the whole engine bay, where you open it up and it's beige. And I felt like I had one of those at some point, and I may still. And a lot of cars that I don't want to say that they're not accounted for. It's not that they aren't accounted for, but I just don't have them all here at this location to be able to organize all of them the way that I want to, if that makes sense. We've moved 3 times in the last couple of years. Had a lot of life come our way, but that such is life sometimes, right? Things happen. People pass. I have to just keep on putting one foot in front of the other. And that's what we've been doing. This one right here. This is such a super cool casting. Datsun 510 Rally. Obviously, you can see that one's not detailed on the top, but look at those tampos on the side. Isn't that cool? This one's fixing to come out looking a lot like this, only in a baby blue, real light blue livery. I think that's 2025 Matchbox. Another exciting thing about Matchbox is, normally speaking, for a long time, trying to find an example. Showed y'all the Porsche earlier. The 65 of 100. There's been 100 cars in the Matchbox lineup for, gosh, as long as I can remember. And it may be, I don't even know, 15, 20 years. But in 2025, there will be 125 Matchbox. So if that don't tell you that Mattel's doing great, if that don't tell you that Matchbox is doing great, I don't know what will. But yeah, they're, that's 25% increase. They're going from doing 100 cars to 125 cars. So pretty excited to see what they bring in 2025. I love some Matchbox. Love Hot Wheels. Mostly have Hot Wheels, mostly collect Hot Wheels. But starting to really get into Matchbox too. This was the first mainline release of this, and you'll see nothing on the sides. But look at that. Hood's muddy. Got the big old Datsun. Look at the top. That not cool. That roof livery is amazing. And there's another little view of the trunk lid. Love this little casting. They've done some neat stuff with that. That was the first main line. There's another wheel variation they released later in a 5-pack there. This was the special series, 5 or 6 cars. This was a special series, 5 or 6 cars. Red was the main line. White and the black right here were like a 9 or a 10-pack exclusive, something like that. Okay, we're on the final countdown. Rolling up on an hour and a half being on here. I'm going to give it just about another minute or two. If you'd like to say hello before we leave in the chat, tell us where you're from, ask to see something that we've got. If somebody comments and wants to stay on here a little bit longer, we will. But unless you guys do that, I think we're fixing to call it a night. We definitely got to get some rest and get ready for F1, but we'll be happy to answer any questions that you throw our way. We'd love to hear where you're tuning into us from, what part of the world that you're in, what part of the country that you're in. We are in the western portion of Tennessee in the United States of America. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thanks for making this live a lot of fun. We just did this randomly, but it was really cool. It was really fun. And we'll do this again sometime. you're all well. Please take care, my friends. Take care of yourself. Take care of your neighbors. Call that old family member. Call that old friend that you hadn't talked to in a while. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. I'm glad that you've been here with me. We'll see you on the next one, friends. Take care. This is Jason with IDG signing out. Goodbye for now.